Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing my second tutorial of my palette review, which I think is what I'm calling this series, using the Dream Street palette from ColourPop. I think this is currently on sale at ColourPop right now. I don't know if they're discontinuing it, but if they are, like, that's really, really sad. Just quickly want to talk about what's going on in the world. I'm breaking out a lot. I have pimples all up in my face. I'm really stressing out about work, about having it, about the pandemic, about it all. Let that be known that that's why my face is looking like this, but I think we should all do our part to just stay informed, don't spread misinformation, stay self-contained if we can. I work at a pharmacy, so I don't follow these rules that New Jersey and New York City have put into place that, like, you can't be outside after 5 and businesses have to close by 5. Because I'm a pharmacy, we will be staying open to my regular time, and I will be exposing myself, I guess, to the threat of anyone who has been exposed, which there have been a case or two in the town I work in. So just be safe out there, because I don't really get political in here, but I don't think the president did anything good for us. I think that's part of the reason that we're in such this state of panic, because 2 weeks ago he was calling it a Democratic hoax, and now all of a sudden it's a national emergency. And I've been hearing rumors about, like, shutdowns and everything, and I'm obviously filming this. I probably won't go up until next week, so who knows what's going to happen in the week that I'm, what's going to happen in the week. But I've been canceling things. My class, my voiceover class, got moved online. Everything's changing, and I think when this is over, nothing is going to be the same again. Like, that bit of security that we had is just not, it's not present anymore. So just be safe. Just be safe, and I'm happy that YouTube is an escape for me, and it's something I can continue to do when I'm stuck in the house. I just deep cleaned my whole room, so I feel pretty fresh, like a pretty fresh start here. So yeah, that's it. And now, to not get too depressing, let's move on to the makeup. So we're going to start on the eyes like always. I had just taken a bath this morning, and I used the bath bomb geode from Lush, and the water looked like, well, actually looked like this kind of, you know, the Iconic London, like the shimmery thing. It was a little bit less intense than this. It was like a beautiful peach with like gold shimmer throughout it, and I just thought, like, wow, that's what I want on my eyes today. So that's what we're gonna do, which is cool because it's a more natural look with this palette, and I haven't really done one of that yet. So my lids are already primed. I'm gonna start with this shade here. I'm actually gonna mix these two together. Like, I'm barely touching the brush to my face, just very, very lightly blowing this into the crease. So it's super soft. We do see a bit of definition between the two eyes. And now I'm just gonna take this orange shade here, and I'm going to take that on, I guess, a little brush like this. I'm just going to put that all over my lid to start as like a base for what we're going to do. And I'm using a brush like this because I find that when I pack things on with like a flat shader brush, it doesn't always give me the look I want. And this way I can blend this into this crease as well. I'm just going to pat a bit because the shadows are sticking down in strange places, and I want to try to get the most cohesive look. Great, so we have this nice orange base on here, and then I'm going to be taking with this brush, it's like a little crease brush from e.l.f., this shade here. I think, like, the water looked a little bit peachy, but it also had this pinky kind of orangey undertone, so I'm trying to recreate that as much as I can with this palette. We're just going to brush this over the top lightly, because as we learned from last time, this is pretty bright of a shade. Yeah, the water kind of looked just like this. And we can start kind of blending that up a little higher. Okay, and then we're going to go back into that first brush and those first two shades, and we're going to build it up a little bit around it. So I'm going to start in the crease where the eyeshadow is and just kind of blow it up and out a little bit. Now we're going to take this shade over here. This one is one of my favorite shades in the whole palette. I don't even know what it's called, but it is this really nice soft gold shade here. I'm just going to take this and press it onto, press it onto my lids, and we get this really pretty shimmery, almost like a top coat. And this, believe it or not, is exactly what the water looked like. weird things you draw inspiration from, but. And instead of swiping, we're pressing so we get the most amount of payoff. In my mind, I wanted a baby wing. So a baby wing we're gonna do. So I'm taking this shade here. This is Elfish. And I'm just taking this on an Alamar. It doesn't have a name, but this is like the flat eyeshadow brush here. And I'm just going to carve this out for myself. And just do the smallest little baby wing here. Just so it pulls the eyes a bit. And then I'm just going to smudge this about halfway on my eye, on my lash line here. I'm happy that I started doing this because I found such a love for these palettes that I forgot about. And like I said, it's not our fault that we forget about makeup. There's so much coming out all the time that it's hard to keep up with everything and to use everything, and I think that's part of like the marketing bit. So those are the eyes for right now. We're gonna move on to the face, which we're struggling with a little bit. It's a little bit of a struggle. So I've already like moisturized my face. I put a serum on, and now I'm gonna take this Tarte Base Tape primer. I don't typically use Tarte products anymore. Ever since the Shape Tape foundation scandal, I kind of haven't been purchasing from them, but I got this in a BoxyCharm, and it reminds me a lot of the Too Faced Hangover RX primer, which wasn't my favorite, but I am going to use the products that I have. So just know Tarte may not be my favorite brand anymore, even though it used to be. It's so sad. But this is actually pretty nice. For a hydrating primer, it's pretty thick. Alright, I've been using that Becca foundation a lot, so I decided to go back and use an oldie but a goodie, my little ride or die. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation stick, and I'm in the shade Porcelain. This fits me perfectly. Like, I've tried a bunch of foundations, and I found that this one is like the truest to me. So I'm just going to swipe that on, blend that out, using my little mirror from here. And because I am breaking out, I'm gonna put a bit more product than I normally would, make it a little bit fuller coverage, because I'm not really, I mean, I have to go to work later, but like, there's gonna be nobody out because we're in a state of emergency. So who cares? I'm just gonna live my life, do what I want. And I'm taking it on an IT Cosmetics foundation brush. This is the number 102 brush. Wow, I missed true medium coverage foundations. That Becca one is full coverage, y'all. Which is fine because, like I said, I've been breaking out, but you miss a medium coverage. I'm going to go in with a concealer. This is from ColourPop. This is the Pretty Fresh concealer, and I have in the shade Fair 20 Neutral. I've been really loving this concealer. Like I said in my last video, on its own, like on my everyday I don't put on foundation. I find it's harder to grip when there's nothing to grip it to. Like the concealer struggles and it doesn't stick down as well. But when there's foundation, it just really does such a great job of hydrating, sticking down, and looking really natural and pretty fresh. For bronzer today, I'm going to use this. This is the Tarte. I know I just said I don't like Tarte, but here I am using this. I got this in a BoxyCharm as well. This is the Park Avenue Princess Chisel palette, and I've been kind of wanting to use products that I haven't used in a while, and I got this last year in their first ever Boxy Luxe. I'm going into the shade Princess Cut and Ingle, these two here, and I'm kind of mixing them and just pouncing it. Mariah Leonard here on YouTube, she does this cool thing where she kind of like pounces the bronzer in so that it doesn't like swiping it, I feel like it gives a lot of product. And I honestly put a little too much on here too. But I feel like this way it just looks a little bit more natural. Wow, someone needs to stop me. Look at how bronzed I am. And I pretty much use this method for every time I bronze. And then I'll go back in and blend it out later. I don't know if it's the lighting or if I really just did bronze the fuck out of my face. So I'm just going to go in with my sponge, which still has a little concealer on it, and just clean up and go over this area here, which I was a little heavy-handed on. I was a little heavy-handed over here as well. And by doing this, I just pick up a little bit of the product, like the excess, so it just gives it a more natural bronze. Okay, I'm super excited for blushes because I just picked these up. These are the new Persona Cosmetics Super Blush. I have the shade Caramel and Georgia. So I mean, the blush that really caught my eye was Caramel, which is a bit deeper and more mauve toned, but I don't know if it'll go with this eye look really. This is gorgeous though. I'm gonna have to use Caramel later. Reminds me almost of KVD Vegan Beauty Lolita. A little bit of a cooler Lolita. So I think we're using Georgia, which let me just show you guys. So pretty. The packaging is so sleek on these. I love Persona. Yeah, we're gonna be using this one today. So I'm gonna take it on a Luxie brush. This is for foundation, but I use it for blush. I'm just gonna take a little bit because I don't know how pigmented these are. There is a bit of kick up. And I kind of do the same thing where I kind of pat in my blush. Oh, yes. That is so pretty. That is so pretty. Persona is one of my favorite brands, as you guys probably know. So I just get so excited when they drop new things. When they drop bronzers, it's over for everyone. I've just never, like, the quality of these products, all of Persona's products are just, that is so nice. And even though they're matte, they don't feel too matte, you know? Like there's a little something something in there. So nice. And I think it just complements the eyes so well. Wow, I'm so in love. I didn't think I was gonna like this shade as much as I do. Georgia, thank you. Okay, so next we're gonna go and highlight. This is from ColourPop. This is the Kathleenlights collab in the shade On the Cusp. If they ever discontinue this, I will be offended. I feel like it'll be a personal attack because it's my favorite highlight, I think, of all time. It is the glassiest highlight. It's like so, look at that. Oh, and it doesn't, you don't really see it on the face until you turn and then it's like boom. It's very intense, but also very subtle at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. There's no shimmers in it. It's just a straight sheen of absolute beauty. And I think if I ever heard they were discontinuing this, I would just buy 4. Because I've had this for about 1.5 years now, and I use it all the time, and I haven't really gone through it. Thank you, light from my window. So pretty. So I'm going to quickly do my brows off camera because I can't do brows on camera, and I'm not even going to try for you guys. And then I'll come back, we'll finish with the eyes, and we will be done with our second YouTube look. There is a third one on my Instagram. I posted it the first day of this whole thing. It's a blue eye look. It's one of my favorites that I've ever done, so go check that out, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I did actually pretty skinny brows for me today. Guess I'm just feeling it. So let's finish up the eyes now. I'm going to go back in with those first 2 shades that we were dealing with. I mean the main 2. These 2. And I'm just going to take this on a little Luxie brush. This is the Mini Flat Angled. And I'm going to start with the darker shade and just run that right along. Very close to the lash line here. And blending down just a little bit. Alright, so that is what the eyes are looking like. Then I'm going to go in with that orange shade now and just kind of run that a little bit lower. I want it to be very bright on the bottom and kind of go into like where I put the concealer down. I don't usually like my eyeshadow going this low, but I think I'm feeling it today. So my eye bags are officially covered, and then I'm going to take my finger into that gold shade again and just press that up against my lower lashes. Being careful not to swipe it. Now, will this accentuate the fact that I have fine lines underneath my eyes? Yes. Do I care? No. For eyeliner, I really must want to use this because I only pulled this in Charmer. This from ColourPop. It's a creme gel liner, which I love the creme gel liners, but I've been wanting to use purple, I guess, on my eyes for 2 weeks straight. So I'm just going to pop this in the waterline. So I'm going to put on some mascara just like last time. Last time I'm using the Lashtopia from Bare Minerals. I'm going to put on one coat, go onto the lips, and then put on a second coat. Yay! Okay, for lips, I'm going to zoom out. For lips, I wanted a matte lip because I was doing shimmery on the eyes. So I say I pulled because I sit down. This is my wall behind here with pictures from high school, and this is my floor, and then up here right next to me is my bed, and then in the corner over there I have like 2 little stacks of makeup. So when I say pull, I just pull from there so I don't have to keep going back and forth. So I pulled the LA Girl Ultimate lip liner in the shade Nonstop Nude. These are my favorite lip liner formulas of the moment. I love the ColourPop ones, but I don't like sharpening them. I'm just gonna outline my lips with this. Ugh. Girl, don't overline your lips. So we put that nude lip liner down, and then I'm just going to take this ColourPop in the shade Slow Down, which I know is just discontinued, which is really sad. It's one of my favorite shades. And I'm going to put that for a nice matte lip. Alright, so this is the finished look. Oh, do I want to go in with a second coat? You know what? I don't think I want to do a second coat of mascara today. Let me pull my hair down a little bit so y'all can see how wet my hair is. But like the full effect of it. This is the eyes, which I'm really living for. And then the whole face, which, like I said, ignore the pimples, we all have them. But I think this looks so pretty, so nice. And yeah, so that is my second YouTube look with this palette. Again, there is one on Instagram that is blue, and I will probably be posting another one. I have another idea, so that'll probably be like 4 looks per 2 weeks. I'm going to try to stick on this schedule. I will have other videos up on my Instagram. Like, I just have my BoxyCharm right next to me, and I'm going to do a little BoxyCharm like Instagram video, and I will have other videos up on here as well. There is a BoxyCharm unboxing that I posted last week, and a product review for the last month I'm posting this week as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to. Stay safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.